whole book is a rehash of all the things that God has done for the Israelites. And it was written just before they went into the Promised Land. And it was written by who? Moses. And it's interesting, because as you look at this reading, the whole commandment that I command you today, you shall be careful to do, that you may live and multiply and go in it and possess the land that the Lord swore to give you your fathers. Now you remember, the generation that's going in now was little guys coming out of Egypt. The adults that came out of Egypt did not trust God. And so during those 40 years, they died off. And the next generation that spent 40 years in the wilderness, who literally had to trust God for their daily bread. And you think about it, I was talking to a logistics guy. He was a Navy guy, so he wouldn't know how to do the Army thing, but providing food and water for 1 million people in the desert. Every day, tanker train, a mile long, every day to bring in water to feed or to give to the people so they could so they could survive. Not to mention the bread and the meat. And when you think about the doves that flew in every night, or the quail, have you ever eaten quail? It's very good, but you only get about that much per bird. And if you have a 12-year-old boy, that doesn't go very far. And so you think about how much bread was needed, or manna, how much water was needed, and how many birds were needed to satisfy this motley crew that's out in the wilderness. Now, you think about your life. Have you ever had those times where, it's like one tragedy after another, and it's like, man, when is this ever going to quit? 3 times? Ooh, that's not good. But you look at it, and where is God in all of that? Yeah, but where do you think He is? You think, you feel like God isn't there. And you have to do all this on your own. And for the young adults who may be just beginning a family, who don't have a house full of teenagers yet, maybe one. Sometimes they act like it, right? And you look at when you have a house full of kids, you have this much income, and you have bills that are about this high, and the kids are hungry, and they keep growing out of the clothes that you give them. The shoes, you buy them a pair of shoes, and 2 weeks later they're too small. My mom used to buy jeans, and we cuff them way up to here, because by the end of the summer they would fit. And you think about the income, and you as a mom who's trying to manage a whole household, it's like, oh my, and you really did not want to be the youngest kid, because then you got the hand-me-downs from all the other brothers. You go, I don't want to wear that nasty old shirt, And when we were kids, you wear out the knees of your pants, and once they're patched a couple times, then you just cut them off, now you got cutoffs. You didn't get these nice, cargo pants. You got blue jeans, and you cut them off, and if you want to be really cool, you fray the ends of them. That's really cool. Now you can buy those kind of ripped up jeans for $100. But as a parent, and you're looking at the needs of your family, and you're going, this is overwhelming. We will never make it. If you don't believe me, ask anyone here who has gray hair, and they will tell you what it was like. But the Israelites went through that as a nation all together. And what does our Deuteronomy reading say? He humbled you and let you hunger and fed you with manna. He allowed you to have teenagers and tweenagers, which you did not know. that could be taken all sorts of ways. Nor did your fathers know. Oh, he let you be hungry and eat manna. You didn't know what manna was. And I'm sure there was some mom who was saying, go get some manna, get some extra. You get enough for a day. Well, it's a big day today. And then what happened if you had too much manna? It rots. Wait. So you can't store up. You literally had to trust God for your daily bread. The clothes didn't wear out. The shoes didn't wear out. Now, how many moms would love to have that kind of setup? It's wonderful. But did they recognize it? Would you have recognized it? Or would you be thinking, where's the next pair of jeans coming from? And who can I work through this? And what about the shoes? And you think about it. In our Deuteronomy reading, God allowed them to go through that to test them, to make them strong. They didn't see it. They just lived. And any family with kids, that's all you do. You survive. You just live. What's next? And then when you turn around, you can see. You look back and you go, God's hand was there, and there, and there, and there, and there. And by the way, our kids never missed a meal. How did he do that? How did we do that? We went on trips. How did we do that? You know, in our situation, I was working at a TV station. You know how much money a brand new TV guy makes? The guy who's the anchor, they make a lot of money. But the little snuffies who are running around taking video and stuff, we had 3 kids at the time, a house, 1 or 2 cars? 2 cars, 1 car. 3 boys, and I was making $14,400. Do the math. We're not making any money. But you know what? We ended up making it down to Disney World. How do you do that on no money? But we did. We used the press pass, and they just started handing out the goodies because you're press. But how did God do that? We didn't do that. He did. The military paid for us to go down to Florida. They paid. We didn't have to. How did God do that? We didn't do it. We didn't go, let's work this out so we can make this happen. But it happened. And now when we sit back and we look and go, look at all the things that we did with no money, with no wherewithal to make it happen. And the kids survived. We homeschooled before homeschooling was kind of cool. Back then, they said, oh, do you have your master's degree in education? You should not be teaching your children. And we had a special needs kid. So people would sneak, well, they wouldn't sneak in. They'd come in and they'd secretly test our kids to see if they were surviving. Now I have one son who's a pastor, another one who's got his master's degree in engineering, works for a Fortune 500 company. I have another son, school is not his deal. Self-taught organ. If you stick around next Sunday, you'll hear him. And he's now an athletic director with no education. How do you do that? We're still figuring that one out. He is good. And then we have Kendall. Goes up and works at the Navy base, and he's one of 5 guys to get an award for the commander for his good work. He's got the coin. And he's got his little coin rack with his 1 coin. And it is so cool. How did all this happen? It sure wasn't me. And Julie, she's awesome. But how do you manage all that without going crazy? She had to manage 5 boys. 5 of them. She had to manage 5 boys, and she's still not crazy. And so you look at these things, and now that guys are emptying out and they're on their own, we can look back and we can go, oh my. But what was God doing? He was doing the same thing he was doing with the Israelites in their wilderness journey. It's the same thing he's doing with you in your journey. He's taking you as a loving father, and he's saying, let's work on this. And so he puts you in situations that cause you to be molded into a different person that reflects his glory. And then, you think about that. God, all of this work, are we kind of like the lepers? Are we the 9 or are we the 1? Yeah, we're the 9, aren't we? So many times. That's why God allows us to live long enough to kick the kids out of the house so we can actually have time to go, whoa. Yeah. Yeah. And then he gives you grandkids. And if I knew that grandkids were so cool, I would have had them first. How awesome are they? But God brings us through that to reveal to us his grace, his mercy. And in the midst of it, you look at our Philippians reading. What does he say to focus on? What do we normally focus on? Oh, the income is not good enough. The car needs work. Oh, I got to mow a lawn with an electric lawnmower. Oh, and then the kids need food, and then we need, and then we get, and then the taxes. Oh my goodness, that's what we think on. But what does Scripture say to think on? Yeah, whatever's good, right, worthy of good report. That's what we think. And you think of what Christ does with us. Does he call you a miserable sinner? Or does he call you a saint? Does he treat you like your sins deserve? Or does he treat you like a son? A son. This is what the Lord Christ does for us. And then we become like the 10 lepers. Lord, have on. Yeah, it's us, but me, really. I'm the one who needs it, right? And then we see what Christ has done for us. And we run back. And we give thanks. We sing his praises. We tell people what he has done. This is who you are in Christ. This is what he has done for you. As we have failed, the best thing is he's paid the price, and then he gave you what he deserved. Sonship. And now he calls you saints. Isn't that cool? That's awesome. So, dear saints, much